It's everybody's second favorite time of year, where the weather is now cooling down instead of making you melt away. But there is some anime this season that will raise your temperature, from the high-flying action to the extreme anger and disappointment. This season has everything, new classics and shitty bangers. So much is in here that there is something you'll find to enjoy. Plenty of romance, plenty of fun, and plenty to enjoy. If I missed any of your favorites, I apologize. I will try to get them done during a short, so give me some time, and I'll try to get to it. And with all the anticipation building, let's finally jump into this leaf pile full of brand new anime with some sequels splashed in there too. If you think I'm watching the most notorious talker runs the greatest clan, you got me fucked up. But I have changed my mind.
何ですか?
I've been tempting myself with reading this over and over again, looking at the manga I got on my desk and wondering, is now the time to finally pick it up? To read one of the most hyped romances outside of this and this, but that's besides the point. Then I said, fuck it, I am not going to read the manga, I am going to wait for the anime to drop. And then the faithful Thursday came, where we were finally able to watch Blue Box, and it has been worth every fucking minute. I know what school they go to. I just can't fucking pronounce it. I know, boomy, boomy, boomy. It is a high school that mainly focuses on sports and athletics, but we focus on mainly 3 sports: basketball, badminton, and rhythmic gymnastics because of our 3 main characters. Kano, an all-star basketball player, the one all the boys fall for. Taki, a freshman badminton player who is crushing hard on Kano. And Hina, the last one of the main 3, who is a rhythmic gymnastic who has hella expectations to live up to because her father's low-key a goat. Once this school year started, all of their lives are gonna change for better or for worse. Like, 2 of them have to start living together, and one has her crush slowly realized, as it slowly hurts her. But this series is a banger. Each week, I'm so excited to see how each person's feelings develop each and every episode. Taki, though, is a full-on fucking simp. But he's not like Discord mod level, but sometimes he just simps too much for Kano. But he uses these feelings in the best possible way to push himself forward, to make nationals. A goal all 3 of them are working towards: the struggle, the winning, the everything. This show just has a great message about pushing forward and using the right motivation to push yourself forward, no matter what it is. And all the characters are so much fun. And Kano got my vote for waifu of the year. She is just a great character, and her personality is so infectious. You can't help but root for her and the rest of the cast as well. You just pull for them so hard, like make the fucking nationals, like you watching your favorite sports team go out there and play.
Nice assistant.
Now let's pass that rock and talk about an anime that needs no introduction. Man, what happened with Blue Lock? You think that, oh shit, the first season was crazy and got tons of hype, that this new season might be peak as fuck. We're gonna get amazing animation, more crazy goals, but no. We got a faithful adaptation. Maybe a little bit too faithful. I really don't know what happened between the first and the second season, because Blue Lock only got more hype. It even became 2023's highest selling manga. So what the fuck went wrong? The first season was just such a lightning in the bottle moment that will never be replicated ever again. I mean, we got the World Cup while the anime was airing, and Japan was doing really fucking well in that World Cup, outdoing their expectations. It was just a crazy moment. I just wish the anime could have kept the momentum, but sadly, it doesn't seem like it's going that way. This season could have been fun with Blue Lock fighting Japan's under-20 squad, but the animation is just something. Put it this way, season 1 of Blue Lock is like Barcelona Messi, cooking, full of success and giving them tons of hope for more. And season 2 is like PSG Messi, where there's tons of hope for the UCL, but they only ever get the Farmers League trophy, never getting close enough to the greatest expectations they had on their shoulders. But the manga's still cooking at this point, so just read the manga, you'll be doing yourself a favor. So while editing this video, I did a little research about Blue Lock Season 2 and if there was any ideas about what happened with the production, and basically the guy that goes by this, who was an animator that worked on Season 2 of Blue Lock, he's done Nier Automata and as well as Dandadan, basically said this. So this was what happened with Blue Lock. It really sucks. Also, I'm gonna leave the article where I got this from in the description if you do want to check it out yourself. What more could you ask for out of an anime? We literally got everything from aliens to ghosts to Luffy saying he wants to eat your cock off. even a ship between two characters that are so obviously meant for each other, but play it off like they don't like each other. A mean woman who slowly becomes one of your favorite characters because her backstory is just pain. This show you will instantly fall in love with, and the animation is stellar. This shit hasn't dropped in quality at all since episode 1, which is crazy considering what else came out this year that didn't follow that trend of cooking after episode 1. This is a once in a lifetime moment we are getting with this anime. It has risen up and became a lot of people's favorites, including myself. This show is fucking awesome, and there really ain't too much you can find wrong with it. Literally the whole show to this point is about a guy looking for his cock and balls, which is hilarious. By everything, I mean everything. You got supernatural powers, you got curses, and you even got gills. And I ain't talking about this one. I'm talking about this one. And the action is peak. This show is just awesome. There's nothing really I can say that hasn't already been said. So do yourself a favor and go watch it. If you're gonna watch any show off this video, go watch Dan to Dan because it won't disappoint you.
私いつまでも待ってますから。
Did you think this was gonna be a normal workplace fall in love type of anime? Well, it's not. Because these two are only getting married purely out of shits and gigs, so they don't have to move to Alaska. Because there's a new branch opening, and they are looking for someone to take up the boss role, and they're only looking at the workers who are single and have no connections at home. But both of them want to stay put, so one can have his cat and the other can enjoy your maps. So she comes up with the idea for fake marriage. I think it's a fun plot, seeing how these two navigate this fake relationship and come up with all the ways they've met. Then even one of their families hears about their relationship and that they got married, so that opens a whole new can of worms. This show was pretty awesome, something I found myself endlessly watching until I got to the end, and after 4 episodes, I was like, fuck, I need more of this. So each week, I've been watching more and more. Maybe I've just been in a romance anime mood, or maybe I just like that the plot is fun, but this show bangs, and I'm excited to see how these two introverts develop more feelings for each other, where this fake marriage turns into something real for both of them. There's also the secret person who knows the whole secret about the marriage, and vows to make them both go to Alaska, but even by the time it's exposed, they will be a real couple, and it really won't matter anymore.
ご無事でしょうか。
ありがとうございます。
申し訳。
We have found someone exactly like Yor, an assassin who is just as skilled but also equally as clumsy. It's like all these assassins go to the same school to learn these crazy ass skills, but deadass, they don't know how to do anything else. Hitoyoshi has a summer to remember. To start it off, he has a house scot-free of parents. So Buddy is all alone, and then he gets hit with having a new maid, who was sent to him because they're related to the main master through a shit ton of bloodline thing that I'm not really sure how to work, because it's like a brother, sister, cousin, mother, sister, cousins, brother, cousin's father, son, daughter, sister, twin sister, that is a daughter. And that's how she's here. This anime is pretty wholesome. I have always had a soft spot for a show when a character has dealt with nothing but sadness and pain, being used their whole life, and finally finds someone who is good to them, treating them like a real person, and finding the good things in life. The little things that make everything all worth it. It's these scenes where she finally feels warm, where she feels the joy of saving someone, finally feeling like she belongs somewhere. It's so nice to see. Plus, there's plenty of backstory for us to find out about both of them.
浦原さんがね、自由に子供と大人を行ったり来たりできる腕輪を作ってくれた。
Come on, let's be real. What do I gotta say about Bleach? This should give you enough reason to watch it.
断る。穏やかなぼっちライフとは無縁の奴らだ。
待って、お願いします。
お願いします。
Another shitty isekai to add to the gauntlet of trash, but this one oddly hooked me more faster than most of the shows on this list, besides Blue Box and Dan to Dan. Something just clicked inside of me because I haven't seen a shitty isekai in a while, and we've been getting a lot of good ones recently. Shit, there's even one that came out this year that's fucking slapping. Something oddly hits about the show, and I can't really put my finger on why I like it so much. And the title is pretty self-explanatory. And do you know how they prove that he's a loner? Because he's sitting by himself in the middle of a class reading manga and pointing out everybody's social group, and he don't fit in with any of them. One thing I like about this show is that the whole class get isekai, which I found very unique, and I also found out that they took it from the very book he is reading, which is pretty cool. And in popular isekai fashion, they all get special abilities. But Haruka, who gets left with all the quote-unquote shitty abilities, like the villager set he gets, but it deadass has an ability to carry infinite shit, and it's got like a whole bunch of shit in there, so like, I'm sure there will be more of these shitty powers that will come into use, and of course, he doesn't stay a loner forever. This is an isekai where you're obligated to have a team.
いいじゃんいいじゃん。ヒロすげえじゃん。
2投目で投げられるなんてさては釣りやったことあるな
Has your favorite team ever constantly failed you and made you feel like your life is totally over? Well, this show is like that, but if you didn't have a favorite team and you just had the worst luck humanly imaginable. I saw this trailer when it was first announced and I thought it looked really cool, but it was fully in Japanese, so I was kinda lost, but I thought it looked cool. And I knew when it came out it would have subtitles. Then the story came out, and come to find out he's a student in debt that got cancer. That only has 2 years left to live, which is like, wow, this is so fucked up. What a way to start off. And then he tries to off himself, and it breaks. And then he's out and about, and then the debt collectors chase him. So then he falls in the water where his new friends end up picking him up, and they go to a island. Well, they're not friends at first. He initially has to just wait on this island till the debt collectors leave. Then he finds the joy of fishing. And he finds out with all this suffering and all this darkness in his life, he finally found some light. He made some new friends, found the joy of sitting down and watching the waves crash as you slowly wait for the fish to bite. He may seem like he doesn't like fishing, but look at these scenes that tell me otherwise. That man for sure likes this shit. I just like the whole concept of him being in utter and complete darkness and slowly step by step finding this light, having new friends, and even getting a job. And it's like Ray said from Evangelion.
I always say just morning instead of good morning, because if it were a good morning, I'd be fishing.
So take a page out of these guys' book and go enjoy fishing. Put your phone down and sit and enjoy the peace as the waves crash.
の力を引き出す素質がある。私に彼を鍛えさせてください。
で、これは俺を鍛えるた
This world is full of people who all have this, which are basically extra mechanical limbs that fuse to a person having a kind of parasitic relationship. One day, a fight broke out between the Kageyama group and the Arms group, allowing the trigger arm to finally be free. Now Hikaru hears Aruma's voice and finds this hidden power. Aruma himself is one of the most powerful mechanical arms. It's said to give the host one of the most powerful bodies. One thing I really like about Hikaru is that he wants to do more. He wants to take steps forward and go, but sometimes he's too afraid to do so. And Aruma, who's fused with him, is like the perfect balance to this, because he is like Haruka's confidence booster, which has led to multiple occasions where he finally saves someone. Then there's this dude who is stealing mechanical arms, which kills the host when they take the power away from him, because they are literally fused with their being. And then Aki gets her powers taken, and this is when we find the real glimpse of Aruma's power. When he's stripped away from Hikaru, they come together as one to form the power they teased so early on. In this scene, it's a bit questionable, but this whole story is basically where they say you are so-and-so the weakest, but turns out that he's the most powerful of them all because of the weapon or whatever ability he has, and Hikaru's got Aruma. Also, something I can appreciate so far is that the mechanical arms all look different. Sure, some kind of have the same look, but they're different. You got Aruma, who's a cracked out demon, and Aki, who's got the ability to dual wield these things, and then you got the worm type fuckers like this guy, who's probably gonna be an in-game villain. This is an anime original, so no manga readers ahead on this one, but one thing I do gotta say is that it kind of feels like a Studio Trigger IP. It's not, it's a completely new studio, but let's see what they can cook up. Also, this is the Mechanical Arms official name. I just called them Mechanical Arms for easier pronunciation.
怒ったふりをしてもダメよ。私が怒られて困るのは私が悪いことをした時だ。
After 3 years of waiting, we finally get to see Subaru and the crew again. And this is gonna be one of the most hyped seasons of ReZero. We are getting the witch cult taking over this city that is basically a death trap and forcing a fierce battle, all while Amelia got stolen away and potentially getting forced to marry someone if she isn't saved on time. And Garfield finally finding his mom. There's plenty of action and so much at stake with this whole fight. All while this is going on, Subaru is fighting to get Rim soul back from gluttony, so she can wake up again. This season is amazing, and there is even more fucked up deaths for Subaru to face, and I've heard we aren't even at the peak of this arc yet. I'm so hyped it's back, and I can't wait for more to go down. And that's the video. Honestly, we have some pretty banger animes out this season, so hopefully everybody did enjoy this video. Also, can please, animation studios, please give time for like the animes to get fully done so they can come out looking as good as they possibly can be, because we all know if the studio was given time, Blue Lock would look fucking incredible. It's just sad that they didn't give them time to work on it. So I will get to work on these shorts, and hopefully everybody did enjoy this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, do all that, and yeah, see y'all next time.